Tennessee with a scrimmage on Friday night. There's a lot going on, kids. It's brought to you by our friends at Work Trucks. First, I want to remind you that the show is represented by Banks & Jones. Well, it's because they're Tennessee's trial attorney. You can play to win with Banks & Jones because they'll go to trial. You've heard of other lawyers. They say they'll go to trial and fight for you. They won't. They just want to settle. That's the easiest way out. Well, that's not Banks & Jones, led by T. Scott Jones. They won't settle. They'll go to trial for you. Tennessee's trial attorney. They play to win. Truly, Tennessee's trial attorney when it comes to criminal defense or personal injury. Why settle? It's Banks & Jones. T. Scott Jones. BanksandJones.com.
4 downs. 4 questions. 4 answers. The Dave Hooker Show.
4
Downs. A presentation of OffTheHookSports.com.
I'm going to do an X factor because a couple of these we beat into the ground of ways that Tennessee needs to improve or key factors in preseason camp. So the X factor is going to be on our message board. 4th down is going to be one you have a question about. So we'll throw that out there. Now, some of them are going to be pretty obvious, but I have some insight into some players that I didn't have yesterday. And somebody posted on our YouTube page, I thought you guys were kind of crazy at times, but you've been on point for a lot of stuff, so I respect that. Well, thank you. And what I'm about to tell you, you're going to absolutely love. Are you ready?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe. Coop here. 1st down.
This is what I was told by somebody that I respect his football opinion more than 99% of the people I've ever met about Boo Carter. He is going to be a star. He is closer to Eric Berry than anybody thought possible. The name Del Carter came up. I'm telling you, this is someone who has seen him in person and talked to other people that have seen him multiple times. The praise was as strong as it could be. So goal of the scrimmage, lock down a starting job. It shouldn't take 3 scrimmages. You're that good, and they're giving you this opportunity. That is it. Goal number 1, lock down a starting job. Hit like and subscribe if you think I'm on the money with Boo Carter, because I can tell you from great sources I am.
Okay, so I got 2. You invoked the name.
This is another level. Is this not? I've told you the whole time I thought he was very good and probably would start at the latest by midseason, right? I'm taking it up a level. This goes up a level.
So you invoked 2 names, and I have to bring them both up. Dale Carter was a junior when he arrived at Tennessee because he was a junior college transfer.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding of Dale Carter, because of mistakes he made when playing at Tennessee, it wasn't like he was a super mature player. I mean, we're talking about a guy who did try to field a kick that went out of bounds. Now, he ran it back for a touchdown, so what do I know? But, I mean, you're not supposed to field a kick that goes out of bounds. That's destined to go out of bounds. And then you invoked Eric Berry. Eric Berry, as a freshman, was as mature as a 30-year-old NFL veteran. And so are you saying that Boo Carter, not from a talent perspective, but from a mentality perspective?
No, I'm not saying that. And I didn't get any insight. So I'm gonna sit on what I've known previously in that, yes, every young man needs to mature. All I'm adding to it is the physical ability. People that have seen him on the practice field, this is what I've been told, people that are objective to. So nobody that's just feeding me bull.
Okay.
That's what
I was going to say, because what was so unique about Eric Berry was he was so unusually mature as an athlete at 18. And you felt he was the captain of that team that made the SEC title game in 2007. It felt like he was the leader of the defense as a true freshman.
You know, I almost feel like it's easier to get an elite athlete than an elite character. Like, it's really harder.
It's hard. I mean,
look at Joshua Josephs, and I don't want to rip him, but he's admitted that he went through a sophomore slump because he was jealous of James Pierce. if you're just chopping wood every day and not worrying about that high character, high work ethic, then that doesn't happen. And he probably has a better year last year. And I think he'll bounce back from that. It's not a knock.
To be fair.
Yeah, go ahead.
To be fair to Joshua Josephs, Eric Berry was the James Pierce, so Eric Berry would never have lost his starting job to somebody like that because he would have been that guy. So.
I was not trying to make a comparison. What down, Coop?
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Yeah, Peyton Lewis is this is a huge scrimmage for him. And this is based off new information that I've been told. They want him to grab that position, but it is really unknown at this point if he'll be able to do so because of what? Fill in the blank, Caleb.
I'm going to say pass pro.
That's exactly right. And that's just going to be a factor. So if I had to predict right now, I would say he starts out as a non-starter and his play goes upward throughout the year. And he plays more and more. That's my prediction at this point. But this is a huge scrimmage for him.
So what you can do, Dave, is you can stand up and applaud me because that's something I have been saying all season. I told you guys.
You have, and I always wanted to play the freshman card on you. And what I was told yesterday, as I was wrong, is that he has every opportunity to be the second tailback behind Dylan Sampson.
I told you guys all season they weren't convinced that Dylan Sampson could carry the load for a whole season and that they don't believe in Cam Seldon. I told you guys that. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to be proven right. Cam Seldon has Trent Richardson vision. I've always said that.
He's still banged up. I'm not willing to sell Cam Seldon yet. I'm willing to hold. I'm not buying. I'm not selling. I'm just holding because I think he could end up being good.
Gotta hurry because in about a week his stock will be collapsed.
Let me say this: Jabari Small good, not Jalen Wright good. That would be my prediction.
Jabari Small had vision.
I don't think his vision is as bad as you. But anyway, Asia Cafe. Treat yourself to authentic Asian cuisine, handcrafted from guarded family recipes. 5 locations in the Knoxville area. On a Hookers Hangouts. We love it. Asia Cafe. 5 locations to choose from. AsiaCafe.org. AsiaCafe.org. Maybe a hooker sushi roll coming up before long. What down is it, Coop?
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
All right, left guard. Left guard, bingo, bango. And if there, again, fourth down's open for you guys. If there's a question you have about Tennessee's scrimmage tonight, left guard, I think, based off who I've talked to, is going to be a bit of a battle there. I thought Andre Keurig was 90% the starter. I don't know that that's the case anymore. I think there's going to be a battle at left guard unless Andre Keurig shows up in this first scrimmage. That Dave, sounds like a broken record. We've been through this before, right?
Dave, you have covered Tennessee for 26 years now. Let's or not just Tennessee, but college football. I don't know how. I would say 20 of those years has been Tennessee, right?
Yes.
But you've covered other college football programs. If there's a returning starter,
my internship, it's like 27, just Tennessee. But anyway, thanks for making me feel.
If there's a returning starter at a position, and a coach says there's a position battle there, that means they don't have a good player yet, right? That means they're desperate to find somebody decent.
Yes.
Exactly. But
every team has that.
This position battle isn't a battle of, we got some good players at left guard. Let's see who's best. It's oh God, please let us find a left guard who can fill that void. That's what that is. Right.
And I wouldn't make many judgments from the Chattanooga game because I think they like Dylan. Well, I was told, I don't think they like Dylan Bishop a little bit more than
Deshaun.
A lot of Deshaun. Deshaun Bishop. They like him a little bit more than I thought at first.
At running back?
Yep, he may get a few. I'm talking about garbage carries, Caleb. I'm not talking about anything significant. I don't think he's very good. And Khalifa Keith, to address all the running backs, Khalifa Keith is I was told, a good power back, which is what we expected, nothing new. And am I leaving anybody out? I think we've addressed all the running backs before we get to fourth down.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
I think we have.
Let's get to 4 downs right now.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
Okay. Ethan Davis is for real, and I expect him to show up in Tennessee's first scrimmage. Ethan Davis is definitely going to play. Caleb, we've discussed this, but there's always a part of me when you have two guys in Holden Stays and Miles Kitselman that have experience that, again, make me want to play the newcomer card. But in this particular case, you've been right. Ethan Davis is going to play even if they have to rotate 3 tight ends. He is going to be a part of this offense, no question. Based off who I talked to yesterday, the guy has changed his body tremendously. I tell you, it would change your business tremendously. Your thoughts on Ethan Davis, Caleb, is brought to you by Work Trucks, all about trucks that are actually available, trucks that help you maximize your profits by having the right work vehicle. Now, time is money. The perfect work vehicle doesn't break down, has all the space to carry what you need. That's what Work Trucks is intent on offering, while you have other places that just can't do the same. Work Trucks saves you time with less back and forth trips, and trucks that pass the highest standards to be put to work. The process is quick and easy when choosing a vehicle for Work Trucks. Cargo vans, utility body trucks with an app hide, work bodies installed, pickup trucks of all sizes, Work Truck supplies vehicles to people like you, contractors. No dealership runaround. Work Trucks with an X. That's a fact. Downtown Birmingham, Clinton Highway, and Knoxville. Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com. Don't risk burning your future and business with the wrong piece of equipment that burns your time. Work Trucks, LLC.com. Proud supporters of the Tennessee Vols. Caleb, I think Ethan Davis is going to have an impact. I'm going to put the over-under receiving yards at 450. Over or under?
I think that would be the highest. I think that'd be the peak number of receiving yards tight ends ever had in Josh Heupel's system. So because of that and his youth and Tennessee's depth at receiver, which we'll talk about at the pass catch rotation in a second segment, but I'm going to go under. But I will say I'm not confident in that bet, Dave. I'm not confident, but I will say I'm going to go under just because I don't think anybody's gone for over 450 as a tight end in Josh Heupel's system.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. I mean, but I do think he's that good. Now, nobody told me that. That is me saying that. I do think this. I think there is a significant talent drop-off. I'm talking about just pure physical talent when they do their pro day. I'm not talking about how they're practicing right now. I think there is a clear drop-off athletically, from what I was told, I don't think, from Ethan Davis to Holden Stays. And then I think there is another significant drop-off from Stays to Kitselman. So look for Kitselman to be your utility guy. Look for Stays to be your regular tight end and Davis to be your emerging star.
I could see it with that. I could totally get with that. And again, I think the other two are more blockers.
That's not, for those that are new to the channel and don't know, that's not me speculating. That's talking to sources. So there you go.
Well, and there's 2 types of tight ends Heupel uses. Heupel sometimes uses a tight end just as a body. Is that fair to say? He just needs a body out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's like,
I need basically, yes.
Yeah, shield blocker. And then sometimes he needs an athlete. So I'm with you on Ethan Davis. I felt Princeton Fant was somewhat that a couple of years ago. I think the only reason Princeton Fant didn't emerge as more of a star is he just, I don't know. I think he had played too many positions and fought with too many injuries. But I felt like Princeton Fant had that potential. But I think Ethan Davis is more ready than Princeton Fant was a couple of years ago.